Hello everyone, it has been a little while since I shared a van build update with you, and today I wanted to show you the process of installing Flarespace window flares on my Ford Transit van. This was one of the first things that I installed on my van, and the process was lengthy, but really surprisingly not that hard.
I feel like I've been sanding this one panel for like 2 hours. We are probably 4 hours into the prep of sanding these before priming. Someone did say that they could paint these for me. It would be like $1,000, and that's another $1,000 I could put in the build elsewhere. So I figured, since my brother-in-law has experience with painting automobiles and motorcycles, I was like, we might as well paint them. Painting and color matching a white van is extremely difficult, but I am okay with it not matching perfectly because I'm like 99.9% sure that I'm wrapping the van anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't match for a little while until I have it wrapped, that's okay. But once we have these sanded, my panel's almost done, Brendan's done with his. We're gonna wash these down real good, make sure any oil's off of them, and then after that, we'll just be spraying the primer on it, letting that sit for 24 hours, and then after that, we can get into the paint and then the clear coat. And then the holes, which is crazy. Brendan's checking my work. Yeah, you finished it. Did you? Oh, you did this?
Yep.
Nice. It feels so nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice and smooth.
Friendly van life, van build reminder. Things always take longer than you think, and there's normally always at least one itty-bitty problem where you'll have to run to the store and get something else. For today, that was having small little holes, like one the size of a pencil eraser, in one of the flares, which is quite common with fiberglass work. Basically, it just like bubbled up. So when I was sanding the gel, you could see the little bubbles. So I had to go to Napa, get like a little 2-part putty repair. Got to do that before we prime.
Get rid of those little bubbles.
Good morning. I am currently bundled up. It is feeling like fall here, and it's crunch time with the van. So, as you saw in the video earlier, we prepped the flares, primed them, and now my brother-in-law is actually going to help me install them. It's not typically recommended that you install them and then paint them because it's a lot harder to paint them. But my brother-in-law is actually flying to Washington really soon, and he only has enough time to do one or the other, and I chose for him to help me install them because they're the first holes that I'm putting in my van. So I figured having him help me through that process will be a lot more beneficial and give me the confidence to cut all the other holes in my van for the windows and the skylight, etc. I think what I might end up doing, at first we were going to paint them together, but now I think I've decided, oh, Stanley's coming to say hello. Now I think I decided that I'm just gonna wrap them. They're already primed and ready to paint, but I think what I'm gonna do, since they're getting installed first, I think the easiest thing to do, and I think I'll have to check, I think it'll be a lot cheaper than getting them painted with auto paint if I were to just get them wrapped. I think it'll be a really fast, cheaper job, and I don't want them to look like crap. I also decided I think I want to go with black because there's a lot of black accents on my van. I have black wheels I'm gonna put on it, do more black accessories, so I think black will just look really nice. I think a black wrap would be pretty easy, and I might even wrap the rest of my van down the line too, but that's for another video. So, as soon as Brennan gets here, we're gonna get going and cut the first holes in my van.
Yep.
Like right there.
Yep, so you're just gonna follow this line the whole way around.
So much fun! Whee!
The longest process of anything in your van build is never the actual install of the item that you're installing. It is always the prep. There is so much prep behind every single step of the van build. Here, we're just taping everything up to protect it and then using an oscillating tool to remove the bracing. Normally, you wouldn't want to wiggle these off like we were doing, but since we were removing pretty much this whole panel, it really wasn't a big deal. Also, for anyone that's watching, trying to learn about what I'm doing, right here I'm using a centering punch. That way I can get a little dent started so it's easier to drill these holes. I'm drilling these holes in the corner, that way I can get my nibbler into the sheet metal itself. Also, little fun fact, I've never used this power tool before, and what a better way to use a power tool for the first time than cutting a giant hole in your really expensive van. But actually using this tool for the first time on this project was nice, because with the flares you're kind of following that body line of the little bracing on the inside, so you have something to like cut up against. With the other windows that I started to cut in my van, I didn't have this, and it was a little bit scarier.
That's scary.
Realistically do this without the tape, but
So I'm just using a Scotch-Brite pad to scuff up my new van paint. That way it has a better surface for the flares to adhere to. You kind of want to look at it from different angles to make sure that there aren't any shiny spots left. Like, oh, this is like shaped like a water. And then what did we do after that? We went to the hotel, checked in, and stayed at the lodge there, which is really nice.
yeah, for it to do that kind of damage, I bet you just grab it.
After getting these holes cut, it's time for us to go in and prime the edges with a little bit of Rust-Oleum. That way you can cover up the bare metal and prevent rusting. And just like that, it is time for the install.
I gotta strengthen my wrists. All of this is like killing me. Weakling.
They make a battery.
It just hurts. Like, I feel like it's straining, but I think I can survive. All right, so I'm guiding.
Yep.
It looks like it needs to come up straighter. Yep. I feel like it looks pretty good.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, they said to be careful about pressing too hard from the middle.
Yes, because you can crack it. So I'm not pushing hard, I'm just kind of holding. So as you go across the top, when you pressed, go ahead and pull that tape down.
I'm so scared I'm not like pushing it enough.
Vision wheel.
That's fine.
Clean up a little bit of the extra.
Okay.
If you have a big gap where there's no tape, this might not be.
With the sun coming in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how's it look over there?
It's getting there. I can line up this bottom corner if you want.
Okay, you got the bottom corner lined up. Yeah, yep. Anywhere that it needed, like, other than this.
Hey guys, I just drove to my parents' house where I will be doing window install and water testing today. I drove this from my boyfriend's house to my parents' house, 30 minutes, and they didn't fly off, so that's a win. Here's the other side. Sliding door comes over it real nice, didn't crush the flare. That was like an irrational fear of mine. But we have the flares up. I am super stoked on this. They came out really, really good. I was totally terrified to drive with these on for the first time, but it was fine. And I'm waiting for my brother-in-law to come and help me do the testing for this. We'll show you the 2 window installs. In case you guys are watching this for some inspo for your own flare installs, I'm doing the one on the sliding door side is Flarespace's awning window, and the one on the other side is Arctic Tern's awning window. The reason that I had to do 2 different ones is that the Flarespace one is the only awning window that fits on the sliding door side. I didn't care if they matched, just because I'd rather have one Arctic Tern window than none, just because they're dual pane, they're a lot more insulated than a regular window, and I still wanted an awning window on this side just because I don't want any slider windows. Personally, I just feel like you're a lot more likely to get water in your van with those ones. When you have the awning, water doesn't drip directly into your van if you have it open when it's raining, and I don't want to deal with any water issues if I can avoid it. So ideally, all dual pane windows are going into my van for the most part, except for this one. I'm a big window person. It's something that I'm willing to sacrifice if that means it's a little less insulated, basically in order to have it as insulated as possible still. With my love for having windows and natural light in my van, I'm pretty much only doing dual pane other than this one. It does make a huge difference, and that's why I'm not gonna do like a lot of people put like a big glass window that fills this whole space on the slider. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do a big awning window there too. That's also a dual pane acrylic. I just think it's the best option if you like to go in cold places and you still like to have windows, because I refuse to live in a metal box without any windows. So yeah, if you are trying to think about what windows you want, specifically with the flares, think about airflow. I personally want better airflow, more light, so I wanted windows on both sides. You do lose a little bit more space if you have the windows in here. You lose a lot more space with the Arctic Tern, so I am happy I'm not doing 2 Arctic Tern windows, because after looking at it, it pops out more on the inside of the flare. Let me see what I mean. This comes out a good bit. It comes out a lot more than the Flarespace. So, lesson learned with that, but I still don't think I would change it for anything, especially because I'm 5'7", on a good day, a little bit shorter than 5'7". I don't absolutely need flares in my van because of my height. I fit lengthways, but I personally wanted more space in my sleeping area. It just opens it a little bit more up, plus my boyfriend's 6'1", so It's a little more comfy for him if he joins me on the road at certain points. That's kind of why I chose to do that still. Monday.
We're gonna dry fit it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Firm, you don't have to go super crazy. You'll go one.
Cool. Yeah. There's two. You can open it like that or like that.
Yep. Where it's gonna be.
Guys, it's both windows are installed. So now all that's left is the water test. Fingers crossed that it's watertight and we don't have to do any more work, because we put a lot of time and effort into this, following the instructions, making sure everything's done properly. That way we don't run into problems. So here we go. Guys, we are done. The water testing is complete. This thing is absolutely watertight. No water will be getting in this. We found that one little leak just needed to be tightened in one of the corners. So all that's left, which before I end this video, I'll show you what they look like wrapped, because I've decided that I will be wrapping them to save a little bit of time, as long as I can find like a good price for that. But yeah, they look really good. Here's the other side. Fan door slides open real nice, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. There we are. To be continued when I have these babies wrapped black, because I think the black and the white will look really good, or the black with another color. I might wrap the whole van in the near future, but for now, just focusing on the flares. I need to go take a nap.